everyone, welcome to A Godly Home. Just a reminder, this used to be Mom's Kitchen episodes under the Jordan family channel, and we have divided that channel, so I've moved those videos onto this channel and will continue to do those types of videos on this channel. And Jordan family has been changed to Codger's Workshop. So if you're looking for Codger, he is on there. And let's get started. So today I am going to be showing you how to make homemade croutons. These are a family favorite, and I use whatever I have for bread that needs to be used up. Biscuits, cornbread, wheat bread, white bread, hot dog rolls, hamburger rolls, French bread, a little bit of each, whatever you have that you need to use up. It's a great chance to clean out the bread box and make sure that nothing goes to waste. Today I'm going to be using a couple of partial bags of hot dog rolls that need to be used up. Now, if you want to be fancy, you can cut everything with scissors, but usually I'm in a hurry, so all I'm going to do is just get in there and break this up into pieces with my fingers, just little pieces, however they crumble. This recipe is so good, and I just store them in a Tupperware container or one of those metal tins with the cover, and they will keep long term for a really long time. They are great on salads and soups, and my husband, he likes to just snack on them, to be honest with you. If he knows I've got them, he's just like, yeah, I'll take some of those. So I don't go by an exact recipe because, to be honest with you, it depends on how much leftover bread I have at the time. I usually use the same spices and things, but I don't have an exact measurement, so I'll show you more as we get going. So the weather's really cold here today. They say that the real feel was -16 because the wind has just been whipping today. My husband is working in a different part of the state today, and he said the real feel for where he's at is -32. So it's a great day for soup. My son plans on, as soon as these get out of the oven, having some bean and bacon soup and a salad, and having these in both. So probably both packages of these hot dog rolls, if you're looking for a more exact measurement here, would be equivalent to your large package of hot dog rolls, not the 8 count, but the 12 count. My son just went out to get the mail, so my dog is barking. She thinks that he's going to be leaving her for a while. She doesn't like anybody to leave. Another way that you could measure this for a more exact measurement is to see how full my bowl is. This is a standard size mixing bowl, like the size that you might have like on your KitchenAid mixer. You guys know me, I'm one of these cooks that cooks more by feel and eyeballing it than I do measurements. I have found through the years it's really hard to take a recipe and really follow it to a T, especially if you're like me and you don't like to let things go to waste, and you use every bit of what you have, and you learn to just cook that way in order to be more frugal. The recipes are great when you're first starting out and you don't know a lot about cooking, but after a while you get so you pretty well know what you're doing anyways. Okay, so as you can see, that bowl is pretty well full to the top. So I'm going to say that we're going to use probably about a half a cup of oil. So I just have a glass measuring cup here. It's a 2-cup one. And I'm going to go ahead and just put all of my ingredients in here other than the bread. Okay, there's a half a cup of oil. And then I'm going to add some salt to that. About like that. And I used the kosher salt from the Dollar Tree. I love this salt. Anytime I end up buying something else, my family complains. They can tell the difference. And just some fresh ground pepper, quite a bit. I'll probably do about 30 grindings of this. Okay, and I'm going to add some of Parmesan cheese. I like to use the Kraft. And we'll just dump a little in there. And then we're going to do some garlic. Couple teaspoons of this. I'm actually going to measure the garlic, I think, because I'm not a person that likes a ton of garlic and I wouldn't want to spill too much in. So we'll do a couple teaspoons of that, and then I'm going to use some onion powder. And I'll just pour a little of that in there. Yep, that clump's good. Okay. And then this says Italian seasoning, but it isn't. It's the oregano that I grew in my garden. I just put it in here. So I'm going to dump a good amount of that in there. And then I have some basil here. And we'll just, if you have the Italian seasoning instead of just the oregano, just use that, but I don't. Okay, and I'll just shake. I'm not as fond of basil. Just a little bit of that in there. Okay, that's it. Now I'm going to take a fork, and I'm just going to whisk this around, make sure there's no clumps of cheese or like that piece of onion powder come out in a little bit of a clump. Oh, you know what I should have done, guys? I'm sorry. I get nervous still with the videos. And I know it sounds stupid, but just even changing the channel and being on here alone without sharing the channel with my son, Jacob, which most people know is Codger, it makes me even more nervous. I don't know. I'm a very shy person in general, and these videos are hard for me, but I'm trying to continue because I feel it's important. So let's set our oven to 350. If you were using gas, I would go as low as 300 on that. My oven's electric. Okay, so I have that all mixed. And I'm going to just pour this, drizzling it all over the top of this. These are so easy, guys, really. Like, the thing that takes the longest is the baking them, but you can mix this up and then you can go do other stuff and then just check on them. You don't have to be like standing here the whole time. That's what I think a lot of people forget about home cooking, is they look at the full picture instead of just the moment that it takes. Like, once I get in this in the oven, I can go do laundry or whatever. This is my Spurtle that my son got me for Christmas. I don't know if you've seen those advertised on TV, but they are beautiful and I love them. I use them all the time. Okay, if you don't have a spurtle, obviously, just use a spoon and get that all mixed in, which is easier said than done when you're on the camera, but mix that in so that you know that everything is coated well. I'm going to actually shut you off while I do that because I'm reaching around the camera and it's hard for me to reach. Okay, I'm back. I've got it all mixed good, and I'm going to take and break this up over 2 cookie sheets. You don't need to grease it because you've added the grease to your croutons, so I'm just going to eyeball about half. And then I got another cookie sheet you can't see next to me. I'm going to just put the other half right on there. Okay, so I'm just going to spread these out as close as I can to just like 1 layer thick. And the same with the other sheet. And then I'm going to pop these into the oven. And this is going to depend on how thick of a layer you have. But I'm going to pop them into the oven and check them in about 10 minutes. And then just keep checking them every 5 minutes after that. What you're looking for is for them to feel totally dried out to the touch. When you break them apart, you don't want any soft bread in the center that's not dried. You want to get them dried all the way, not just so that they're crunchy, but so that you can keep them long term in a Tupperware without worrying about them molding on you. All right, I will be back to show you these breadcrumbs in 10 minutes, and then we'll talk about if they're done or not. Okay, I'm checking back in here. It's been 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you how I know that these aren't done. To look at them, they look brown, and you think, yep, those are done. But this is how we know they're not, okay? When I pull that apart, you see that soft bread still inside. I'll try another 5 minutes. We'll check back in 5 minutes. Okay, guys, the 15 minutes did it perfectly. Just to give you a closer up view. And when I crack these, they're crunchy, they're totally dry everywhere, and they're ready for storage. These are absolutely, absolutely delicious. I hope you'll try this. Like and subscribe. Leave comments below on some things that you'd like to see me do real soon for videos. Have a blessed day. Bye.